Rutgers with Greg Schiano, his second stint at Rutgers. I remember my early coaching career in Miami. Rutgers was killing South Florida when it came to recruiting. Rutgers was innovative. Rutgers was doing satellite camps. They was coming down, renting out hotel ballrooms, doing coaching clinics. Rutgers with Greg Schiano had put a billboard up with all of the players that they got out of South Florida in the Rutgers jerseys. They got their arms crossed. They had guys like Gary Watts. They had Tim Brown out of Northwestern, Gary Watts out of Norland. I mean, they had some ball players. Can Greg Schiano reinvent? Nah, that's the wrong word. Can Greg Schiano duplicate what he did then? Because, again, that was the Ray Rice era, right? So everybody remembers Ray Rice era, but there were so many Florida players on that team that helped that era. But, again, Ray Rice was the big name that came out and went on to the Baltimore Ravens. But can he do that again, or football has evolved and you can't do some of the things you used to do to get guys up to New Jersey?
So there's two teams that we got. We got Rutgers, and then we're going to combine Rutgers and Illinois. Rutgers, and they lost some key pieces. They lost Bo Melton, and they lost Isaiah Pacheco. I'm mispronouncing that name, but they were two pretty good offensive playmakers. They have to replace them. They lost their starting cornerback to the portal. He was a freshman, and he had a lot of promise. But Greg is doing a pretty good job of recruiting, and he's bringing talent in that program. They got to get the quarterback situation straightened out, as well. Quarterback is the key. They brought in a new defensive coordinator to try to mix things up. I think they're going to play. They play hard and they fight. It's the talent that they're struggling with, and so if they can develop a reputable and decent offense, they can be at the same. I still think Rutgers is a year or two away. They just need more athletes, and the problem is, look who you're in the division with: Ohio State, Michigan State, Maryland. That's the thing. Penn State, right there. New Jersey. Yeah, that's the thing that stinks for them. Greg has done a good job of getting, retaking New Jersey, because there's a lot of New Jersey prospects who are legitimately interested in them. If I'll say this, if he can, like, the top 3 or 4 athletes in New Jersey, if he can keep them home, that's kind of thing. You talk about it with Miami. Let's create a border around South Florida. Dade, Broward County. Let's create a border where people can't come in, take them. I think that's the same thing. I still think they're about a year or two away. They have to continue to develop and get some more playmakers, but I think Rutgers is on the right path. Illinois
and New York, and New York. So good enough. If they can get that New York, not necessarily Manhattan area, the 5 boroughs, but kind of outskirts. And again, I know they're fighting with Syracuse and those kind of guys for the Buffalo, the upper New York area. But there's a lot of talent in New York, a lot of hidden gems in New York. You got to really go find them.